10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the sixth and final, no pun intended, fantasy football draft Powerball Lottery live on YouTube. I am so excited to be back. This year should be great. We are heading, gentlemen, into a Dynasty league for the first time in league history. How awesome is that? So we'll see who's going to come out on top, who's going to establish their legacy starting this year. This should be an absolutely awesome show. We've got a lot of really cool stuff lined up for you. And man, I just could not be more excited. Now, unfortunately, this year, I'm only going to have one camera angle as opposed to two. And that's because I'm still kind of working some kinks out. I'm using StreamYard now as opposed to OBS Studio as I was before. But nevertheless, same, right? We've got the Powerball machine here. I got the power bucket full of names, and we are ready to rock and roll. Now, just a couple of things before we get started, a couple of admin notes, orders of business that we want to get into. I saw in the chat, someone was asking, hey, Commish, when is draft day? Well, I'm going to be posting a poll either later this evening or sometime tomorrow, and we can all vote as to when we want draft day to be. So again, make sure that you are paying attention to the league Facebook page, and we will determine when draft day is going to be. Now, speaking of the draft, the other question that I was asked, hey, Commish, are we going to be doing a snake draft or linear draft this year? Now, I'm a bit green to Dynasty, but I think I understand the spirit of the question. So we've been doing a snake draft every year, right? Where teams draft 1 through 12, and then the guy in the number 12 spot gets the first pick in the second round, and so on. To me, personally, I think that for a Dynasty startup league, that makes sense. And then rookie drafts and everything like that moving forward, we switch over to a linear draft. But again, I'll do some more research so that I can kind of get familiar with the ins and outs of linear drafts. However, we'll post another poll as far as that goes. And I see a couple of people here chiming into the chat. We got Danny. Are you ready for football? Yes, sir. We sure are. We absolutely are. But before we get started, one last thing. If you are slated for a call tonight, an audio call tonight, although Danny's requesting that I go ahead and video call him, so we'll make an exception for him, which, by the way, if you didn't already notice, I can display your comments here. Someone logged in as their sons. This is their son's login. So, I can display comments. So I can actually read comments as the show is happening. But with that being said, if you are slated for a call tonight, whether that be an audio call, video call, what have you, just do me a favor. Make sure to the best of your ability that you mute any background noise, and just any mute, and in fact mute the Powerball Lottery as well, just so we're not getting kind of double feedback as the show's going on. It's going to make everything nice and crisp. All right, well, with that being said, I have a special guest here with us this evening that is ready to kick us off into the festivities for tonight. Over to you, Coach.
Hey there, how you doing? That's right, it's your favorite coach here outside of beautiful Arrowhead Stadium, home of your back-to-back Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Doggone it, I am so excited to be here with you, to be here for the 6th annual and last ever, that's right, baby, draft Powerball Lottery to determine draft positions for the 2024 fantasy football draft. Oh, man. Hey, guess what, guys? You are about to be so similar to the Kansas City Chiefs because you are about to make your league a dynasty league, man. I'll tell you what, it doesn't get any better than being a dynasty. Some people are still out there questioning whether we're a dynasty, but doggone, man. 3 Super Bowl wins in the last 5 years and been to 4 of them. Come on, guys. How many more do we have to get to? Patrick Mahomes has been to an AFC championship game every single year he's been a starter. Tell me that isn't special. Hey, man, they told me to spruce up this cameo, but all I got is oak trees and elm. I don't have any spruce trees around here anywhere. Sorry, there's nothing around Arrowhead that can help you out with that one. But I'll tell you, man, this is going to be a great, great time for every single one of you. That's right, especially the current champ Miles, man. Hey, the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys. Oh, I love that. The ETJs of the league, man. Hey, that's right. Hey, all one of your guys there, Lamar's, team, their money team, nearly had a three-peat of a few years ago. Man, Lamar, there's nothing like being a loser. That's right. Oh, man, you guys, if you don't win and you don't three-peat, you're just a loser. And we are not going to be losers here in Kansas City like Lamar there. That's right. Hey, but I know hashtag money team there as a bitter rivalry with the Bellingham Bim Blases. That's right, baby. Hey, man, bim bam bloom blah blah, whatever you want to call yourself, man. That's a great name. I love it. Bim Blases. What a beautiful, beautiful name. I'll bet you have got about 3 or 4 punters on your team, don't you? That's right, money team. Old Coach knows how to roast them. That's right, especially with potatoes and carrots, and I even throw in a few nuggies once in a while. You know what? Hey, this is going to be a great year. You're marching into a dynasty like we are and like I am, another celebratory cheeseburger here in Kansas City. Hey, Rick, it's going to be a fun time. And, man, if there's a greater leader out there other than you, Rick, I don't know one. Well, hey, you know what? You're not a coach of the NFL, so that's okay. You probably do an amazing job there running this league. That's right. Hey, man, Commish, you got one heck of a year ahead of you. Not because we're pulling any tricks, are we? No, hey, but I understand the Supreme Court granted Rick full immunity this year as the commissioner. Rick, that's a beautiful thing. All right, guys, have a great time and good luck there in your 6th annual draft Powerball Lottery, man. This is going to be fun. Hey, I expect to hear amazing things from this Dynasty League next season. All right, with that, time's yours.
Appreciate it, Coach. Appreciate the nod of confidence. Always happy to see. I told you that I would bring somebody that knows a thing or two about winning a championship. Was I right or was I right? Let's take a look at the comments section here. Apparently Kyle's out there having dinner with his wife. Oh, man. Hopefully it's something good, right? Anyway, all right. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's find out the first team owner that we are determining draft position for. We got our power bucket here. Our first team owner that we're determining draft position for. I'll even look away. It is none other Then the Cleveland Steamers. Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers. I believe this is the first time in franchise history, although I know he made his league debut last year. But nevertheless, a huge, huge moment in Cleveland Steamers history as the final Powerball Lottery. We're going to be determining his draft position first. I'm going to move this mic out of the way so you guys have a little bit of a better view of the Powerball machine here. And yeah, let's get started. All right, we're going to grab the one that's on top here. The Cleveland Steamers will be drafting. Any guesses? I'm going to give it about 5 seconds. Drop your guesses. Where do you think that the Cleveland Steamers, our first team owner to be called tonight, where do you think they're going to be drafting? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kyle got it right on the money. It is indeed number 7. Number 7 is Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers. So let's go ahead and give him a call and see how he's feeling about drafting number 7 overall are the Cleveland Steamers. See if I can give Ryan a call. All right. Ryan, is that you? Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers. You're going to be drafting number 7 overall in the 2024 no punt intended fantasy football season, our first year as a Dynasty League. What are your thoughts? There we go. Not a fan, huh? Hey, prepare. Yeah, you got to prepare. You always got to prepare. That's. Oh, we have to prepare. Yeah, I mean, I can't necessarily argue with you there. So any thoughts this year? Our first year as a Dynasty League. I know you made your league debut last year, which was excellent. The Cleveland Steamers. I think that's one of the better branding that we have out there for the league. But what are your thoughts? Any thoughts on this year? Any particular game of the week matchups that you'd like to see and or be part of? Ryan, can you hear me? Uh-oh, I think I lost him. I think I lost him. Ruh-roh. I think I lost him, folks. It is what it is. Unless he muted himself. Ryan, I think you might have muted yourself, buddy. But nevertheless, Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers, always a pleasure. Definitely looking forward to having this guy back on the BAM Sports Show. He's been on sabbatical, and I got to be honest, I'm not a fan. Not by any fault of his own. But that was Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers, drafting number 7 overall this year. Well, you said you can't hear him? Hang on. Let me see if I can call him again. We can get his reaction again. Yeah, I can't hear him either. I cannot hear him either. Let me try and give him another call. Ryan, you there, buddy? I can hear you. Let me refer to the comment section here. Ryan Kapronica. I have Ryan Kapronica on the line, team owner of none other than the Cleveland Steamers, drafting number 7 overall. Comment section, let me know. Can you guys hear Ryan now? We can never hear him. That's really strange. That is quite strange. Well, I tell you what. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna just use my phone to call you, like on Facebook audio. So I'm gonna hang up now from this call and okay. Go ahead and hang up. All right. So apparently, I'm not sure what's going on. Apparently StreamYard's not a fan of me using Facebook audio on my computer. So I'm going to do it on my phone instead. We'll go ahead and give him a call though. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Am I right?
Hello there, fella.
All right. Third time's a charm.
Hello there.
All right. Third time's a charm. We got Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers, drafting number 7 overall. Our first team owner to be picked in the 2024 6th annual and final Powerball Lottery. How you feeling about your draft position, bud?
Well, at the start, I was a little salty. 7 seems a little hard to really build a dynasty starting with, but I'll be able to do it just fine.
All right.
We'll be fine.
Well, good deal. Good deal. So how you feeling about this year? Are there any particular game of the week matchups that you'd like to see and or be part of?
I just want to whip Blake.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But hey, to be fair, you still owe Blake a punishment, my friend.
I sure do.
You sure do. You have a combine that you owe us.
I do. I gotta find a football field for it.
Just use your
Needs to help
a
me.
lawn or something. I don't know. Anyway, all right, Ryan. Well, hey, always a pleasure, my friend. I know you've been taking a sabbatical from the show, but looking forward to hopefully getting on the show with you again here pretty soon. But
One day.
any last minute thoughts before we let you go?
No, I'm just ready for the dynasty trades and the dynasty funds.
Yeah, no, it should definitely be a lot of fun, very wild. But all right, man. Well, looking forward to seeing you this year.
All right, we'll see you.
Take care. And once again, that was none other than Ryan Kapronica, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers. The Cleveland Steamers. I'm not sure what's going on. I apologize about the someone still owes Kyle a single ladies dance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is Adam Siflinger, team owner of the Guido Torpedoes. I almost said ATLians, his throwback name, the ATLians. But it is what it is, right? So, all right. Well, with that, let's go ahead and roll right into the next name. So the number 7, it's off the board now. Gone. On to our next team owner. The next team owner we will be determining draft position for. Oh, I have a feeling everybody's going to like this one. The Dallas Troll Hunters. Team owner Jason LaRoche of the Dallas Troll Hunters. He should be feeling pretty good, baby. You know, being the second name called in the last ever draft Powerball Lottery. Yoo-hoo! Jason LaRoche, team owner of the Dallas Troll Hunters. Let's move the mic. Let's figure out where he's drafting. Jason thinks that he's getting last. What do you guys think? Where do you think Jason's drafting? Where do we think Jason is drafting? I think that this is actually going to be pretty ironic. So Jason LaRoche this year being the second name called for the draft, our last ever draft Powerball Lottery, the second name. And ironically enough, Kyle says 4, Danny says 4. Wrong you are, my friend. Jason LaRoche, you are going to be drafting at number 2 this year. The number 2 overall pick is the Dallas Troll Hunters. Oh, you know, it's feeling real good, baby. Second name call, second round pick. Woo-hoo, let's go. Let's go. Jason, I don't believe you had indicated whether or not you wanted to receive an audio call for your draft. So if you could, if you want to react to your draft position, I'm happy to give you an audio call on Facebook. If you want to, let the people know how you feel. So I'm going to give it a few seconds while I'm updating the board here, and you just let me know, my friend. Oh, he's at work. Okay, so he can't do it. He's at work right now, but he is getting the second overall pick in the 2024, no pun intended, fantasy football draft, the last ever draft Powerball Lottery, as we look to become a dynasty league, as Coach said. So I guess instead of Nuggies, we'll see the Dallas Troll Hunters steady sipping on Dr. Pepper. What do you guys think? All right. Well, with that being said, we can do a quick recap here. As CeeDee Lamb, Kyle says CeeDee Lamb is going to go number 2 overall. It may be. So a quick recap. Where are we at right now? So let me expand this here for you. So drafting number 2 is your Dallas Troll Hunters, team owner Jason. And at number 7, first pick off the board, number 7 are the Cleveland Steamers, team owner Ryan. With that being said, let's keep it rolling, right? Let's keep it rolling right along. I have some other tricks up my sleeve for this draft Powerball lottery. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but you're definitely not going to want to tune out of this show. All right. The next team owner we will be determining draft position for is the Chicago Spirit Fingers. Team owner Blake, CEO and founder of the BAM Sports Show, the Chicago Spirit Fingers. Blake, my man, you are up. This should be interesting. My natural rival in the league, right? Him being the Chicago team, me being the St. Louis team. I got the number 2 pick that Jason got. It's gone. Let's figure out where Blake's drafting. Once again, we're grabbing the top 1. I'm going to spare you the fanfare here. Blake, team owner of the Chicago Spirit Fingers, our former champion, is going to be drafting at number 8 this year, are the Chicago Spirit Fingers. Let's go ahead and give him a call, see how he feels about his draft position. I think he's actually at a baseball game right now after my St. Louis Cardinals actually just tapped that ass on the Chicago Cubs. But nevertheless, let's give Blake a call and let's see how Blake feels. Let's see here. All right, let's give Blake a call.
Hello?
Blake, team owner of the Chicago Spirit Fingers. You are going to be drafting at number 8 overall in the 2024 No Punt Intended Fantasy Football Draft. Our first season as a Dynasty League. How you feeling about that number 8 spot?
Number 8, I feel pretty good. I think Caleb will be there.
Oh, yeah? You think so?
I think so. I do think Caleb will be there at 8. Unless, if Ryan picks 7, there is a chance he goes 7. We'll see.
That's true. Yeah, you guys going back-to-back, 7 and 8. That is actually kind of ironic. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so that's pretty awesome, man. So what do you think? Dynasty League, how you feeling about it?
So my first year doing Dynasty, but I'm excited to start the legendary season, you know? It's like, in order to be a legend, you got to start somewhere, right? So year 1 Dynasty, let's get started, you know?
Yeah, buddy. So what do you think? Are there any game of the week matchups that you're looking for that you want to see and or be part of?
So I heard that somebody was looking for me to put a whooping on me. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll reiterate that challenge because I do believe we had a game of the week bet last year that someone has not paid up on.
Yes.
So I'm just looking to really drive that nail into the coffin and just put it in my rearview mirror and move forward, you know?
You talking about the Cleveland Steamers by chance?
Yeah, we don't mention that city. It's kind of shitty.
I see what you did there. This guy. All right, well, that is awesome, man. We're definitely excited to have you in the league. Former champion. We'll see if the Dynasty, if you can reclaim that title once again. And
hey, it's coming home and looking to keep that baby home.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Yeah. Go Cubs, baby. I'll see you.
Fuck the Cubs. Bye. Once again, that was Blake Matton, the team owner of the Chicago Spirit Fingers, drafting number 8 overall in the 2024 No Punt Intended fantasy football season. That is kind of ironic. You have 2 guys from the BAM Sports Show drafting back-to-back. You've got Ryan with his team, the Chicago Spirit Fingers, drafting number 7, followed by Blake drafting at number 8. So that is pretty awesome. With that said, we're going to go ahead and keep the good times rolling. Let me know in the comments section while I'm doing this draft here. I'm not sure if you saw the little banner I've made, but which 2 teams would you like to see in a game of the week matchup this year? Let's hit up the comment section. Let me know what you think. What 2 teams would you really like to see in a game of the week matchup this year? While you're doing that, while you're commenting away, I'm going to pick the next name. Speaking of the Guido Torpedoes, we've got the Guido Torpedoes. Team owner Adam Siflinger of the Guido Torpedoes, formerly the ATLians. They traded in their probes for fist bumps, push-ups, and chapstick. I don't really know what to tell you there. But that is Adam Siflinger, team owner of the Guido Torpedoes. Let's figure out where he's drafting. The Guido Torpedoes, team owner Adam Siflinger, is going to be drafting. What are your last minute guesses? What are your last minute guesses? Where is Adam, the Guido Torpedoes? Or where's he going to be drafting this year? I'm going to give it about 10 seconds. Danny thinks that the Guido Torpedoes are going to be drafting at number 1. Oh, also, by the way, I wanted to highlight a comment here. Where was it? Maybe not. Monkey Play says he's going to make Blake hate him. And Danny says that, oops, not that one. This one, Danny says that he forgot how hot Blake's body was. Monkey Plays says that the Guido Torpedoes are going to be drafting at number 5. On the contrary, my friend, Adam Siflinger, you are going to be drafting at number 9 this year in the 2024 no punt intended fantasy football season. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and see if we can give Adam a call and get his reaction to his draft position. I got to be really careful here. My phone's only at 8%. So hopefully we keep this train rolling, baby. But we're going to make it work one way or the other. So let's go ahead and give Adam a call and see how he feels about drafting at number 9. Me, Ryan. Gotcha. So Monkey Plate is Ryan, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers.
Hello?
Adam Siflinger, team owner of the Guido Torpedoes. You, my friend, are going to be drafting at number 9 in the 2024 no punt intended fantasy football season. Our first year as a Dynasty League. How you feeling about that draft position?
Well, I'm a little bit past the middle of the pack, so I think I can kind of swing a pretty solid pick in the middle. Are we still doing the snake? Are we going to do a snake lottery?
So that's to be determined. Obviously, we are going to be a Dynasty League this year, instead of just your traditional redraft. So that's something that we're going to talk about. I'll post a poll. My 2 cents on it is, since we are a startup Dynasty League, where you essentially keep the same team, and then you just trade draft picks and, draft rookies. My thoughts are we go ahead and, do another snake draft this year and then make the following year linear. But I'll do some more research. I'll post a poll and we'll see how we go from there.
I'm good with that. Yeah, I mean, I'm number 9 is pretty solid. It's, it's not the perfect place, but it's not first and it's not last, so I'll take it.
Good deal. Good deal. So what are you thinking? Are there any game of the week matchups that either A, you would like to see? And I believe, sir, you owe Kyle a punishment still for all the single ladies dance.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Now, as far as game of the week, no, nothing in particular. I'm just ready for football again, man. I'm ready for the summer to be over, and I'm ready for football to start.
100% hear that. 1,000% hear that. Especially the weather. I don't know. I'm sure Georgia's got to be just as hot, but man, I've been baking out here in Florida. So,
Oh yeah.
So I know you
My
said
butt cheeks
you
are
didn't.
clamped together. So what? What?
Are-
What did you say?
I know you said there were not any game of the week matchups outside of yourself that you were particularly interested in. Are there any particular opponents for yourself that you could see yourself, looking forward to a game of the week matchup?
Honestly, no. I haven't really thought about too much about it. I think once we get like closer to game day, I'll start really thinking about it. But my head's not in it right now. And it's all about the baseball this summer, and we got the Futures game on today. So just been watching a lot of baseball, and I haven't really been thinking too much about football yet. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, unless there's any last minute trash talk you'd like to put out, I think that just about does it for us.
No, I need to practice my trash talk. I'll get there.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. We'll let you go for now.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, Frank.
Bye. Once again, that was Adam, team owner of the Guido Torpedoes, looking to do all the way to his first championship. We'll see. All right. Let's do another quick recap. So it is kind of crazy. Right now, we have the 7, 8, and 9 spot off the board with the Cleveland Steamers, the Chicago Spirit Fingers, and the Guido Torpedoes. Back to back with the sole top 5 pick going to Jason at number 2. Being the second name called during the show, number 2 are the Dallas Troll Hunters. So there you have that. Well, with that, take a look at the comment section here. Danny said that he wanted to bet a tattoo this year. We'll see how that goes. If you're brave enough to do that, obviously the terms of the game of the week are that both parties have to agree to it. And I think I'm going to make the game of the week bets optional. So we'll still have the game of the week, and I'll still put out the schedule and everything. But just with everybody's crazy schedule, we're just going to make it optional for you guys to make a bet. Now, with that being said, what I will instate in the draft is that, or in the league rather, if you agree to a game of the week punishment, the same rules apply. All of the restrictions as far as any monetary prizes and everything, that's on hold until you actually perform your punishment. So again, making a game of the week bet is optional, but if you agree to it, you got to perform your punishment if you want it. Danny also said that he votes on a snake draft this year, whereas Jason says that he's voting on a linear. And then apparently Trump was shot. I did hear about that. I don't know a whole lot. Obviously, I don't want to get too much into politics here. That's pretty crazy. Apparently, he was shot in the ear, which is nuts. That's absolutely insane. But with that said, we've already got 4 of the picks off of the board. So let's go ahead and figure out where the next team, or who the next team owner is, rather, that we're going to be determining draft position for. And again, comment below, what game of the week matchup are you hoping to see this year? Like, what 2 people are you really hoping just buy into it and make a bet with one another? All right. The next team owner that we're going to be determining draft position for is, we talked about the Dallas Troll Hunters. Now it's time for the Dallas Greenskins. Team owner Steven Palace and the Dallas Greenskins. Yay! Yeah, Steven's a really great friend of mine. I actually kind of grew up with him. Great dude. Very, very thankful to have him in the league. And it's just, I'm actually in another league with him. And I think he and I have been in the championship like 2 out of the past 3 years in his league. And ladies and gentlemen, I know we had just called the Dallas Greenskins, but there is a breaking new development. We now go live to No Punt Intended Fantasy Football Hall of Famer Bethany Horn with a breaking news update. No Punt Intended FFL
Breaking news.
No Punt Intended FFL
Breaking news update.
This is first ballot Hall of Famer, former team owner of Sacks in the City, and forever owner of Carol's Exotic Fighters, Bethany Horn, reporting to you live with a breaking news update. The Dallas Greenskins have been suspended for 1 year after being charged with lewd amphibious acts at the underground nightclub otherwise known as the Bellingham Bamboises training facility in Bellingham, Washington. Team owner Stephen Callis released a brief public statement confirming the team's plan to return to the league next year and has fired general manager Fozzie Bear for negligent oversight of the team's misconduct. Replacing the Dallas Greenskins this year will be no other than the BAM Sports Show star and Green Bay Packers superfan Keith Carver, team owner of the London Quafflers. This exciting breaking development is one we'll definitely want to keep an eye on, and we'll see if the London Quafflers can do the unthinkable and expelliarmus the competition en route to becoming the first ever, no pun intended, Dynasty champions in the same season as their league debut. Back to you, Commissioner.
Thank you, First Lady. I meant to actually remove the audio from the Harry Potter video, but what she said was it's a breaking development. We'll see if the now London Quafflers can expelliarmus the competition en route to becoming the first Dynasty champions in their league debut. The reports are true. Unfortunately, the Dallas Greenskins have been suspended for 1 year. They do intend, I spoke with Stephen Pallas. He does intend to return next year. So we'll have to see how that goes. Possibly looking at a dynasty expansion where we add more teams to the league. But yes, unfortunately, the Dallas Greenskins did perform lewd, amphibious acts. And so now Keith Carver, star of the BAM Sports Show. We now have every single member of the BAM Sports Show in the league this year. Absolutely. Danny even reacted. Wow, new league member? Only he spelt it kind of goofy. But yes, the London Quafflers are going to be in the league this year. Let's find out where Keith, making his league debut, team owner of the London Quafflers, is going to be drafting. All right, Keith Carver in his league debut. This is unbelievable. Somebody's messing with me right now. Somebody is absolutely messing with me. Keith Carver, if you can believe it. So we had Blake Matton and Ryan Kapranica going back-to-back at 7 and 8. Two members of the BAM Sports Show. Keith, team owner of the London Quafflers, is going to be drafting at number 6 this year. In his league debut, the first ever, no pun intended, fantasy football dynasty league, are the London Quafflers team owner, Keith Carver. That is insane. Let's see how Keith feels about drafting at number 6. Let's go ahead and put this up. Bam! Look at that logo. Isn't that badass? Look at that logo. Shock, awe. Shock and awe. Just kidding. All right, let's give Keith a call.
What up, Rick?
Keith Carver. Keith Carver, team owner of the London Quafflers. You have just been ushered into the no pun intended fantasy football league. We now have every single member of the BAM Sports Show in the league. You are going to be drafting, my friend, at number 6 this year in your league debut. How do you feel?
Why do I always get 6? I always get 6.
Oh, yeah?
Always 6.
Wow.
BAM Sports Show was 6, 7, 8. That means you're getting 9, right?
No, unfortunately, one of the other guys in the league got the number 9 spot. So it could be me and Danny at 4 and 5. I don't know. But so far, all of the BAM Sports Show members of the league are drafting back to back to back 6, 7, and 8.
Sorry, there's a bird on a scooter in front of me, and I'm kind of distracted.
All good, all good. So how you feeling about making your league debut this year? I know we've been trying to get you. Go ahead.
I know I talked a lot of crap last year about not being in the league. Now I'm in the league, and I'm going to dominate.
Coming to dominate are the London Quafflers. So
see the jackass next to me named Blake.
Yeah, that's awesome. How's he feeling? How's he feeling now that you've just been revealed to be in the league?
He's pretty stoked that I've finally been into the league.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, I know you know how the game of the week concept works because we've had some punishments on the show. I know you really only are aware of BAM Sports Show League members that are in the league. Are there any one of us in particular that you hope you get a game of the week matchup with?
Well, I've known Ryan for years and played Ryan for years, so I want Ryan.
He wants those Cleveland Steamers. The London Quafflers are coming after the Cleveland Steamers, which Quafflers in and of itself sounds a little bit dirty. Maybe he's going to quaffle stomp the Steamers. I don't know. That is awesome. That is, man, super finally have you in the league. It's unfortunate that came at the suspension of the Dallas Greenskins, but it is what it is. Any last minute thoughts before we let you go?
No, man, I got to go about to sing the national anthem here, so we got to get going anyway.
Good deal. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for your time. Yep, bye. Once again, that was Keith Carver taking the place of the Dallas Greenskins with his team, the London Quafflers. How insane is that? What do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section what you think about the London Quafflers. What do you think about that as a team name? What do you think about the Dallas Greenskins getting suspended for performing lewd amphibious acts on the fucking Bellingham Bimble essays? Yay! Anyway, all right, let's find out our next team owner. Again, comment what you think about the change. What do you think about this? Steven will be back next year, though, so we're probably going to have to expand. The next team owner that we're going to be determining draft position for this year is none other Carol's Exotic Biters. Tom of Carol's Exotic Biters, formerly of Da Vinci's Ear Biters. This is starting to get interesting. I'm very, very interested to see his reaction to his draft position. But first, we have to figure out where he's drafting, right? Tom has a rivalry with a few pretty significant people in the league, myself included. Miles, our league champion of the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys, as well as Danny Gilmore, Constipated Leather Daddies. So anyhow, let's figure out where Tom is going to be drafting this year. You know what they say. If you ain't first, you're last. And in this case, Carol's Exotic Biters is indeed going to be drafting at number 12. Is Tom, team owner of Carol's Exotic Biters. This should be interesting. I can't recall if he said he wanted, I believe he said he wanted a call. Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. He said he wanted a call. So we're going to go ahead and give him a buzz real quick and figure out where he, or how he rather, is feeling about drafting number 12 overall. Let's see here. I know I've got Tom on Facebook. Here we go. All right, let's give Tom a call.
Can you hear me?
I sure can. Tom, team owner of Carol's Exotic Biters, you are going to be drafting at number 12 overall in the 2024 No Fantasy Football season. Our first year as a How you feeling about number 12?
Okay with being number 12. It's on the turn. That means that I get 2 picks in a row. Typically, that works out pretty well for me if I'm able to kind of grab 2 maybe above average guys, which I think we're going to have a list of plentiful players this year to pick from. So
Indeed. Well, you've been in the league for a little while now. It's going to be our first year as a Dynasty league. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on finally becoming a Dynasty league?
I'm
I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a fun ride. We'll see how everything goes. But yeah, I think that there's a lot more ahead in the future. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So are there any, like I've been asking everybody, are there any game of the week matchups that you're looking forward to, that you hope to see, or even any that you want to be part of?
I mean, I'm here hanging out with the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys. It'd be cool to get another win maybe next year.
Okay. Yeah, I do remember that, that I'm a little teapot cracker challenge. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. All right, buddy.
Well, I mean, the fact that I lost to him in the championship, you know.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He ended up getting the last laugh. He had to do the I'm a little teapot saltine cracker challenge, but he got the last laugh. And y'all's fantasy rivalry honestly goes back a long, like over a decade, honestly. Because I remember being in a league with you guys when I was up there in Washington. And yeah, y'all have an intense fantasy rivalry for sure. But
yeah, I mean, I'm sure he told you about the Megatron story. He was primed to win. Megatron didn't put up any points, and I wound up taking the championship that year.
Oh wow. Yep. So for those of you that don't know, again, Tom is drafting number 12 this year in the 2024 season. Any last minute thoughts before we let you go, buddy?
I'm excited. Can't wait for it, and I'm actually pretty happy to be 12.
All right. Hey, and ironically enough, Seahawks fan and your number 12. Yeah. So, hey, It ended up working out for you after all. All right, buddy.
Exactly.
Well, hey, thanks for your time. Looking forward to competing with you this year.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I'll talk to you later.
Later. Bye. And once again, that was Tom, team owner of Carol's Exotic Biters. That no good bitch, Carol Baskin. No good bitch, Carol Baskin and Carol's Exotic Biters. I don't know what's going on these days, man. But I tell you what I do know. Let's do a quick recap of where we're at right now. So right now, here's how we're looking. Drafting at number 2 are the Dallas Troll Hunters, led by Jason. At number 6 are the league newcomers after the Dallas Greenskins got suspended for their acts in Bellingham, Washington. Keith Carver, star of the BAM Sports Show. We had a run of BAM Sports Show guys here. So you had Keith there at number 6, Ryan with the Cleveland Steamers at number 7, and Blake with the Chicago Spirit Fingers at number 8. Followed by Adam and his Guido Torpedoes at number 9. And finally, drafting at number 12 is Tom, team owner of the Carol's Exotic Biters. So that's where we're at right now. We still have some more names that we have to go through, that we have to get through rather. So let's go ahead and grab the power bucket and let's figure out who the next person is going to be. All right. The next team owner that we are going to be determining draft position for, we literally just had this conversation about his rivalry with Miles. Well, guess what? Miles, you are up, my friend. I know he's kind of preoccupied, but Miles, team owner of the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys, our current defending champion Emancipated Thunder Jockeys. Let's see where he's drafting this year. Right. Well, so much for a complete back-to-back run of BAM Sports Show, guys, in the draft order, because our defending champion, Miles Hart, and the team owner of the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys, is going to be drafting at number 5. Number 5 is Miles Hart, team owner of the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys, our current defending champion. And I will tell you what, man, just in my experience playing with Miles in fantasy football, the guy is what I like to call a cerebral assassin when it comes to fantasy football. The guy is just he's awesome. He is an absolutely game opponent, as evidenced by him winning the championship this past season. So yeah, the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys. This is pretty exciting, drafting at number 5. All right. Looks like we still have a few names left. I think Danny said he saw double digits. Yes, that is correct. Tom is drafting at number 12. So let's continue to roll on. Our next team owner that we're going to be determining draft position for, still waiting on none other than Danny Gilmore. And in fact, let's see here. Is the Florida Swamp Donkeys team owner Kyle Curry of the Florida Swamp Donkeys. This should be incredible. And in fact, while I'm thinking about it, let me do something real quick. I just thought of a very, very easy way. I know Danny said he wanted a video call for his draft position. So let's try to honor him as such. Let's see here. Oh gosh. Trying to get to where I can set up to video call Danny later today. Let's see here. Or, because eventually his name is going to come up. It's not an if, but rather a when. So, hopefully that worked. Danny, I just sent you the link to the stream here. So whenever you're ready, we'll whenever your name comes up, we will video call you that way. It's through StreamYard, so you know how that works. Kyle Curry, team owner of the Florida Swamp Donkeys, he says that number 1 is coming up. Kyle is uber confident that he's going to be drafting at number 1 and hopefully get his first fantasy championship, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kyle, but let's figure out where he's drafting. All right, Kyle, your draft pick is right here in my hand, my friend, your draft position. So final guess, for those that are still here, I see that there's 4 people still watching. What are your predictions? Where's Kyle going to be drafting this year? Kyle said that he fell short last year. Injury bug got him. He had a chance. That is absolutely true. All of my players that got in fact, one of the players that I traded him ended up going off, and the player he traded me ended up being injured most of the damn year. So I was starting guys like, oh gosh, I can't remember the rookie, like 3rd string running back from the Saints, just because, Saquon Barkley went out, Nick Chubb went out, whoever the hell my 3rd string running. So like all these guys ended up getting injured. And Kyle had the same thing, only it happened at the back end of the season. Danny says Swamp Donkey is what Kyle calls his dong. You never know. I guess we'll have to confirm that with Kyle in the comment section. Danny predicts that Kyle is going to be drafting at number 11. Kyle said that number 1 was coming up, and he was close. There is a 1 in your draft position, my friend, but it's going to be number 10. Number 10 are the Florida Swamp Donkeys, who said he's going to react in the comment section to his draft position, but the Florida Swamp Donkeys are going to be drafting at number 10 this year. That should be interesting. So we have, looks like 2 out of the last 3 draft positions on the board now, between the Florida Swamp Donkeys there at number 10 and the, Carroll's Exotic Biters there at number 12. So you're still, pretty close to the turn there. I don't hate that draft position at all. If it were my team, I don't hate that whatsoever, but Kyle may feel some type of way about it. So we'll get his reaction and see what he thinks about that. Kyle says that he's okay with it, especially in Dynasty. If we do a snake, Kyle feels like it's rigged, and Tom agrees with him. Come on, guys. Like, you see me doing this here. Like, would you rather I hold it like this? And then I don't know. Anyway, he's okay with it, especially in Dynasty if we do a snake. I'm going to say we probably are going to do a snake for just this year, being a startup league. To me, it makes the most sense. Kyle said his draft position was AI generated. That's excellent. That's excellent. But with that being said, let's take a look at the board here. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more draft positions left. 4 draft positions left. I know 2 big names that haven't been called yet are probably the most famous rivalry in the league. And in fact, Coach Reed just talked about it. The Bellingham Bimblase and hashtag money team Neither one of those names have been called, and neither has myself or the Constipated Leather Daddies. Danny, if you can hear me, I sent you a link to the StreamYard that I'm doing this through. So if you want to do a video call for your draft pick, I'd like to go ahead and already have you ready to go. So if you could, Danny, open up your Facebook Messenger and go ahead and click that link and get in here to the studio, if you will. But with that being said, let's go ahead and figure out. Let's narrow it down to 3. We're in our final 4 here. Let's narrow it down to 3. All right. Our next team owner that we're going to be determining draft position for is not Danny, but Danny's ex, the Bellingham Bimblaases, the classiest hoes in all of fantasy football. Bitter rival of hashtag money team owner Lamar Peoples. Nick is overseas right now, so I will message him and see if he's awake. And if he wants to call, I'll give him a call. Otherwise, we will. I'll just go ahead and determine his draft position real quick. I'll give him a few minutes. I don't want to disturb the guy. He's on a completely different time zone. So let's figure out where Nick's going to be drafting. Oh my gosh. All right. The Bellingham Bimblaases, the classiest hoes in all of fantasy football. I don't believe he's ever had this. So the first time in franchise history, the Bellingham Bimblaases are going to be drafting number 1 overall. That is insane. Our former champion, Nick Blase, team owner of the Bellingham Bimblaases, is going to be drafting at number 1 overall this year in the 2024 no punt intended fantasy football draft. So that is pretty incredible. We'll see. I know he said he didn't want to call. I'm going to call him anyway because he got the number 1, right? Like, I'm going to call him. If he doesn't answer, he doesn't answer. It's like super early in the morning. Well, not like crazy early, but it's early nonetheless. It's like late morning for him over there right now. I'll let it ring through, but I doubt he answers. It's pretty early for him over there. Nick, if you can hear me, you're drafting number 1 overall, buddy. So that's pretty incredible. Yeah, I don't think he's going to answer. If he ends up hitting me up later, to provide his reaction, I'll get him on the show if we're still live. So right now we have 3 draft picks left. We've got myself, the Constipated Leather Daddies, and hashtag Money Team, our 2-time champion hashtag Money Team. So let's see who's, you know what? In fact, I'll do this. So you guys can see. You guys already know the next draft pick, the next person. Hashtag Money Team, 2-time champion, hashtag Money Team, Mr. Whole Lot of Money going broke, as I clapped his ass in his league last year. But we won't talk about that, right? Hashtag Money Team, team owner Lamar Peoples of hashtag Money Team. Let's see where he's going to be drafting. Oh, shoot. While I'm thinking about it, let me update this. So I'm not stupid. We put Nick in the number 1 overall spot. But yeah, that's crazy. I feel like Lamar, when he finds out that the Bellingham Bimblaases are drafting number 1 overall, you know what? No, I do remember him having the number 1 overall draft pick a few years ago when he drafted Jonathan Taylor after that crazy season he had. And then unfortunately that turned into Jonathan Taylor having an injury-riddled season. So it is what it is. Let's figure out where Lamar is going to be drafting this year. All right. We have 3 spots left, people. Right now, the only picks that are on the board are the number 3, the number 4, and the number 11. And with Lamar being one of the 3 people left, fitting enough, just like Jason was the second person picked at the top of the draft, or second name called, Lamar likewise, being in the final 3, gets the number 3 draft pick this year. So Mr. Whole Lot of Money going broke himself, Lamar Peoples, going to be drafting at number 3 overall in the 2024 No Punt Intended fantasy football season. As much as I like to trash talk Lamar, we are all very, very aware of how dominant Lamar is at fantasy football. Last year was not his year, man. He had a rough go of it. He really did. Hashtag money team did go broke last year. Mr. Whole Lot of Money did go broke last year. At least in the 2 leagues that I was in with him. But it is what it is. With this next one, we're obviously going to be finding out there's the number 4 spot and the number 11 spot. With this, we will obviously figure out what the final 2 are with the next name that I call. But nevertheless, it's obviously going to be me or Danny. So let's figure out who it's going to be. All right, looks like he's up. The Constipated Leather Daddies, Danny Gilmore, Constipated Leather Daddies, who I've got on deck here to do a call with here pretty soon. So let's figure out where Danny Gilmore is going to be drafting this year, and we'll get him on live stream. He requested a video. He's waiting right now. Let's figure out where he's going to be drafting. Right. And you know what? I'm not even going to say his draft. I have his draft pick here in my hand right now. But let us go ahead and welcome to the stage Danny Gilmore, team owner of the Constipated Leather Daddies. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, buddy. So my phone is super quiet right now, so I have a hard time hearing you. But look at that.
Oh, he's got it. He's got the Midget Hooker of the Year t-shirt with his GIMP garb. That is awesome. So it all comes down to this. There are only 2 draft spots left. You have the number 4 and the number 11. 2 questions. Which one are you hoping for, and which one do you think it actually is?
I'm thinking number 4. I'm trying to think in terms of long term, because the way the draft's going to go, even if you don't have a good year this year, you're setting up for a dynasty. So my drafting is going to be a little different this year. So I think 4 makes the most sense. I think I actually kind of want number 1 overall, but obviously that's not the case anymore. So I'm hoping for number 4. Let's see what happens.
All right. Well, I'm happy to tell you, my friend, that you are wrong. You are getting the number 11 draft spot this year, drafting at number 11. How are you feeling about number 11?
Oh, not too bad. I mean, honestly, I haven't done a single mock draft yet. So I don't really know what's available or what the draft looks like, because every year, depending on where people are going, it looks better one way, drafting higher, because there's more guys that are available coming down around the end of the second round, or sometimes it's just you get past the number 13 and 14, and then it just looks like there might as well be 4th and 5th round players after that. So I don't know.
Right.
I got to go take a look and see what's there, start doing some mock drafts. But yeah. So in terms of, I was thinking a little bit about punishments and stuff, like who, I know you didn't ask me, but I'm just answering a question you didn't ask. But people that I want to go against for punishment, I don't really have a direct answer, but I have some punishments that I actually just want to see what people would be interested in doing punishments with me. Like I mentioned, getting a really itty bitty tattoo that no one's gonna see, just a little L. I still have the world's hottest lollipop in my house. No one wants, if someone wants to do that with me, or the hottest gummy bear. Or we can come up with some other just absolutely silly stuff, but someone's gonna want to do it with me because we both have to agree on the bet. So if someone in the comments in our league says, "Hey, I am up for a crazy bet. It'd be a lot of fun. I want to do a bet with the Constipated Leather Daddies," and yeah, I think we should try and set those up so we can make that happen.
Awesome. Well, yeah, man. Hey, looking forward to seeing what you bring this year. What do you think about Keith being in the league this year?
I'm excited. I actually didn't. I thought the this is bad because I haven't been paying attention to a lot of the our messenger group, but I didn't realize the show was back on again, so I have to get back on that. But yeah, I love the fact that everyone on the show is on the same league now. So every week we can just do massive shit talking. We can do punishments on the show. I love Keith to death. He's my guy. He almost made me root for the Packers a little bit last year, which kind of pisses me off because I hate the Packers. So yeah, I'm absolutely just happy that he's like on the league. So it's going to be so much fun. I'm going to miss the draft. Like, this Powerball stuff. I'm really going to miss this. I think I forgot to vote on this one. I would have voted to keep it going the way it was. Just because I love the way this show happens. I get so freaking pumped up for the videos you have before we get going, like before the thing starts. The showmanship and everything that comes with it is just such a blast. But that's okay. I think we're still going to do some drafts.
Yeah,
I imagine, because we got to go back and do that each year. And I think it's still going to be a lot of fun. So it's an end of an era, but that's okay. I'm very stoked to get football going again. So let's go, baby.
Me too. And especially, I think next week the NCAA game comes out, which I'm pretty excited about. Looking forward to winning a national championship with DeVry.
NCAA championship?
No, the NCAA football game.
Oh yeah. I'm excited about all that too.
Yeah. So it should be pretty interesting. Should be very, very interesting. I'm going to create a team and I'm going to win a national championship with either DeVry or ITT Tech.
Yeah, and I'm excited to send this off to whoever's going to get this next because I haven't washed it at all. I don't plan on washing it. We got to keep that ink nice and fresh for the next signature. So I don't know who's getting this next year, but it's not going to be me. So
can you prop your phone
up? Get ready.
I know it's like a size 4X. Can you like prop your phone up so we can like get like a full body view of you with that shirt?
There you go. It says, oh, how do I do that? Everything's reversed. Good. I suck.
It looks good
at fantasy football.
It doesn't look reversed here. So that's that shirt swallows you.
Yeah. I was already wearing a pink shirt before I put this on, so I don't feel much different.
For sure.
The mask was on too. I wear this whenever I get back from work. So.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. Well, appreciate your time. Drafting number 11 overall is Danny Gilmore, team owner of the Constipated Leather Daddies.
All right.
Take it easy, buddy. All right. Once again, that was Danny Gilmore, team owner of the Constipated Leather Daddies. Obviously, there's only one name left in the bucket. Surprise, shocker. It's my name. Fitting that the last ever draft Powerball Lottery, the St. Louis Lot Lizards are the last team to be picked. We already know I'm drafting number 4. But, this has just been, I really want to thank everybody that's been part of this league, right? This league has been more fun than any other league that I've ever been a part of. And I'm happy to do all this extra stuff, right? I mean, you have guys who otherwise are complete strangers to one another, right? But we come together with a common thing, with one thing in common: football and fantasy football and sports, right? That's kind of what brought Blake and I together, whenever I met him through the Battlehawks fan page. And now everybody's intermingling. I feel like if we were all to actually meet in person again, I know every single person, with the exception of Keith and Ryan, although I do the podcast with them, but they're the only ones technically that I haven't met in person yet. But nevertheless, I feel like if we were all to actually hang out in person, it would be just like everybody is picking up right where they left off. We all knew each other, which is a testament to you all. I mean, I facilitate it, right? I put it forward, but that is a testament to you all's willingness to make this league as excellent as it is. So for the final time, the St. Louis Lot Lizards, let's go ahead and roll the Powerball one last time, gentlemen. Oops. How do I get this? I feel like I should be playing. You know what? I'm going to do it. Before I do it, I feel like it's only fitting, since this is the last one ever. The St. Louis Lot Lizards, drafting number 4 overall in the 2024, no pun intended, fantasy football season. I feel actually pretty great about that spot. Really, really like that spot a lot. Obviously, I would have rather had something in the top 3, but I'm in the top 4, baby. So it should be great. Yeah, looking forward to it. A lot of elite players up there at the top, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to running this thing back and hopefully finally not have the injury bug screw me. That seems like this league in particular, for whatever reason. I mean, you look at Nick Chubb last year, was one of the, just safest RB1s that you could possibly have. Ends up having that gnarly injury. I hope he's okay. I'm still praying for the guy. But hopefully this year is the year when we start Dynasty that I don't have the injury bug bite me in the ass. So with that being said, for the final time of the Draft Powerball Lottery, here are our draft position results. Drafting number 1 overall are the Bellingham Bimblosses, the classiest hoes in all of fantasy football, followed by his arch rival, the Dallas Troll Hunters, there at number 2. You have kind of a Redskins versus Cowboys fandom there going on. Number 3, we have two-time champion #money team, followed by myself, the commissioner, team owner of those St. Louis Lot Lizards. We'll be giving out some gummers in the parking lot to celebrate this one final time. So if you're ever in the area at St. Louis at a Circle K, we got you behind the dumpster. Number 5 is our current champion, Miles Hart, team owner of the Emancipated Thunder Jockeys. At number 6, right in the middle of the pecking order, is our surprise team owner, Keith Carver, team owner of the London Quafflers, at the very beginning of a BAM Sports Show run here between Keith. Up next is Ryan, team owner of the Cleveland Steamers, there at number 7. Number 8, we've got the Chicago Spirit Fingers, team owner Blake. Number 9, we got Adam with the Guido Torpedoes. Number 10, we got the Florida Swamp Donkeys and Kyle. Number 11, we just talked to him, Mr. Danny Gilmore, team owner of the Constipated Leather Daddies. Probably the singular ballsiest guy in the league. I think we can all agree. And of course, at number 12, fittingly so, 12, a Seahawks fan, Tom, team owner of Carol's Exotic Biters. So again, thank you guys so much for being part of this league. It is, I have been absolutely honored to be your commissioner. I may have some stuff going on later this year, where my internet connectivity is, kind of wonky, but it is what it is. I'm glad that we got to knock this out ahead of time. And yeah, appreciate it, gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed the last ever Draft Powerball Lottery. Let's go back to the comments section one last time. Any final thoughts in these waning moments of the last ever Powerball Lottery? Obviously, Danny is sad. Danny is very, very sad, right? We all are, but hey, you know what? We're moving on to greener pastures. This league is still a thing. Just because we're not doing this Powerball Lottery doesn't mean that the league is not around. I mean, hell, this was great. We had Andy Reid, coach of the Kansas City Chiefs, come on. The Skins end up getting suspended, which is insane. We had the League Hall of Famer chime in to announce the newest team owner. And just, it's been great. It's been great. And to honor the memory of these draft Powerball lotteries, I'm going to go ahead and play the intro through one last time as kind of a, if you noticed in there, I don't know how many of you saw the intro, but I'd, put some clips in there of every single Powerball lottery that we've ever done, along, with some game of the week punishments. So for one final time, I'm going to let it roll through. This is dedicated to you all in the No Punt Intended Fantasy Football League. Take care, gentlemen. Peace.